Oh man, this is hard. This is rough. Not even turning on my light. I just want to sit in the dark and just wallow. I let myself hope again. I let myself hope. And St. Mary's, they ripped out my heart again. This is tough. I'm not in a good place right now. But I'm still gonna get into it. Let's do this. Let's hit it. Let's go. All right. BYU loses WCC semifinal to St. Mary's. Close one. Let's talk about some positives first. My heart right now feels nothing positive, even though I know there objectively were some things that were positive. Second half press, defense, really impressive. Obviously, I loved the fight that BYU showed in the second half. It's never a question about this BYU team. They always bring it. So that's positive. Offense started to click. BYU got down big in the first half. St. Mary's just sucked the energy out of the game. Let's talk about what happened. BYU's offense was stagnant. So stagnant. Half-court offense. We weren't getting anything in transition first off. Everything half-court, there was a lack of movement. It was ISO type stuff. And St. Mary's is too good of a half-court defense team to play that way, especially with, their slow possession, their slow pace. That's not BYU's style, especially this year. The only guy who can really create his own offense is Rudy Williams. I mean, Dallin had some plays in the second half. And look, Dallin Hall did good in the second half, but he finished with 9 points. Just not enough. Spencer was in foul trouble. Foos did okay. But it's just when you only have one guy who I really trust in creating his own shot, and you're not moving off ball, and you're not getting transition opportunities, it's a recipe for failure. So that was the story of the first half. Second half, obviously the traps, the press, and we started getting things going, but at that point it was too little too late. I get, doing that the whole game is exhausting. It's almost impossible to ask. But it works. I've heard it said before, when somebody tells you who they are enough times, believe them. And I try to be so optimistic, and I really am. I half glass full fan, but I talked myself into believing. I talked myself into hoping. I don't know why I did it. I know better with this year's team, and I did it anyways. And I just hurt. It hurts. It hurts. There are some positives going into next year. Dallin has shown glimpses. Richie, he's my favorite player right now. It's been Jackson Robinson, and I love Jackson Robinson, but in a big game like tonight, Gideon, Jackson, we needed more from them, Noah Waterman. Again, I hate when people are overly critical, especially people like me. Like, I'm not out there. Who am I to talk and criticize? So my point isn't to be critical. It's just tonight when we needed big performances, when we needed, like I said in my last video, it's rare for the whole team to click at once. When Rudy's clicking, when Dallin's clicking, when Jackson is hooping, when everyone is going together, this is a hard team to beat. And it just didn't happen tonight. And BYU still fought and clawed back in this game. But it's too much to ask when you have guys who just didn't bring it. So this one is just tough. I feel like I'm not being very eloquent. I'm not having great points tonight. It's a hard one tonight. But give BYU a lot of credit for fighting and making this a game in the second half. Again, kind of like the Portland game, a half where they could have quit and they didn't. That's something you can't take away from this year's team. They always played hard. They always gave it their all. We just need more talent offensively, especially as you move into the Big 12. If you're going to compete, you need offensive talent. And hopefully the summer guys can develop. We can get some guys coming in, and we can get that kind of figured out a little bit more. And I guess last thing I'll say is, man, I'm so excited to never play St. Mary's again. I never want to see him again. I'm done with St. Mary's. They've given me so much heartbreak, so much grief over the past 10, 12 years of my life. Some of my worst moments in my life has been because of St. Mary's. Matthew Dellavedova, Mahaney. I'm done with St. Mary's. So that's something to look forward to next year. I know we're playing the Big 12 and we're playing harder teams, but as long as St. Mary's isn't there, man, I can sleep at night. I can sleep well at night. So overall, average, disappointing year for this team. But as a BYU fan, I will always hope, I will always believe, I will always cheer my Cougars no matter what. I will watch the games. I will cheer. I will support. They have my back. I have their back. So no part of this video is trying to be harsh or critical. If you put on a BYU uniform and you give it your all, you have my total respect. And I'm so grateful for you. So it's just a hard one tonight. Hard loss for the players, especially for the fans. So it is what it is. Let's move into the off season and try to make it better next year. So thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you thought about the game and about the season and just everything, honestly. So thanks so much for watching. It's hard to say this right now, but go Cougs.